Welcome to my YouTube channel, that is Math Success Point, and I have selected the very important question, basic concept that you will use as a basic concept in class 12, not only in class 12, in each and every kind of examination in the calculus, whether it may be the integral calculus or differential calculus. That is why you will have to see carefully. Prove that this is the formula which you use at every step. Log limit x tends to 0, log base e 1 plus x upon x, its value will be equal to 1. And if the question is there and you don't know this formula, then it is very difficult to get the solution. My dear student, let me take the solution. How you will get? I will assume log. My dear student, I will tell you in the very simplest way. Log base e 1 plus x and my dear student, let me take the cross multiplication. Log at base e 1 plus x will be equal to xy. My dear student, I will tell you one thing. That is why you will have to see 10 to the power 2, it will be equal to 100. This is the exponential form. And let us change it into log form. Log base, what is the base? 10 base. Log of 100. Log of 100 is equal to 2. Most important thing, exponential form I have changed into the log form. Similar kind of thing. This log form you can take in the exponential form. Similar kind of thing. Let me change it into exponential form, means 1 plus x will be equal to e to the power xy. What does it mean? All of you see, concentrate over here. This is base, e is base, to the power what xy, it will be equal to 1 plus x. Similar kind of thing I have taken. My dear student, you see one thing, because this is a very, very important thing I am taking. Let me transpose 1 from left side to right side. It will be equal to x, will be equal to e to the power x, y minus 1. Okay? And let me take 1 will be equal to e to the power x, y minus 1 upon x. Taking limit on both the sides. Let me take the limit. Taking limit. Limit on both sides. Limit on both sides. On both sides. Then what does it mean? Let me change it. Let me change limit x tends to 0, e to the power x, y minus 1 upon x. It will be equal to limit x tends to 0, 1 means 1. Okay? I have taken the limit on both the sides, my dear student. One thing you will have to keep in mind, because e to the power x or theta, here it is xy. That is why if x tends to 0, then xy also tends to 0. You must have to change in the proper form. xy, if x tends to 0, then xy. If x tends to 0, then compulsorily xy, that product also tends to 0. Okay? That is why e to the power x, y minus 1. Most important thing they came, I will multiply it in numerator and denominator by y, because here it is x, you see, xy. Then what does it mean? Limit. Most important thing, xy tends to 0, e to the power x, y minus 1 upon xy. And let me remove this from here, because board थोड़ा सा छोटा है, into limit x tends to 0 and y, it will be equal to 1. My dear student, limit of the product of function will be equal to what? Product of limits. Okay, it is the rule. And my dear student, its value, you know its value, that is 1. As per this thing, as per the given value, it is 1. I will write it how it is 1. Okay? Then its value is 1 into, my dear student, its value will be equal to how much? You tell me. Its value will be 0. That is why left hand side will be 0. क्या हो गया भाई? My dear student, its value is 1, and you write limit y tends to 0, x limit this thing, you see, this is, its value is 1 into limit x tends to 0, y, that is equal to 1. My dear student, I will take a little here, you see, therefore limit x tends to 0, and y will be equal to 1. My dear student, you got y is equal to what? That means x tends to 0 log, because y, the value of y you will have to substitute, log at base e 1 plus x upon x, it will be equal to 1. My dear student, it is the proof, it is the solution of this question which is very, very important. But what I told you I have used here, what? Limit x tends to 0, most important formula, e to the power x minus 1 upon 1, it is also equal to 1. That thing also I have used over here in this formula, okay? Most important thing, my dear student, I have discussed with you, that is tell you with the graph, okay? This is the graph, a small graph I will draw for sine function so that you will understand the thing, whether the function is continuous or not. My dear student, let me draw the simple graph, that is 1, and that will be the range of sine function. It will be my dear student, this is the graph, a small graph I have drawn, that will be origin 0 0 pi 2 pi, it will be pi by 2, okay, it will be minus pi by 2, and that is minus pi, and that is minus 2 pi, and that is 3 pi by 2. This is the graph. My dear student, try to understand. This is a very, very important graph. Range that is minus 1 to 1. Okay, this is the range of the sine function. This is the graph of sine function. Sine function, it will be equal to, suppose, fx. This fx will be defined, my dear student. Let me take the solution. Fx is equal to what? Sine x is defined. This is defined for every real value. Every real value it is defined, because that is why I have drawn this graph, so that you will see the graph will be continuous. Domain means each and every value will be there, each and every real value will be there. At each and every real value, the sine function will defined. Okay, that is why, let me prove that it is continuous. You see, there is no breakage in the graph. Okay, that is why the sine function is continuous at every real value. That is why you see, let me take a belongs to r. R means real value, real number. This is the real number, my dear student. A, that is also the real number. A belongs to r. R is the real number, okay? Let me take limit x tends to a or sine x, means fx. Fx will be equal to, my dear student, x tends to a or sine x. My dear student, let me put the value, x will be equal to, x tends to a, it is not equal to a, but approximately equal to a plus h. H is very, very small. If x tends to a, h tends to 0. My dear student, see, in place of x you will put a minus a will be equal to 0, h tends to 0. That is why its value will be limit. See, my dear student, very important condition I am telling you, sine a plus h. H tends to 0, sine a cos b means h, plus cos a sine b, sine means h. That is why, my dear student, you will have to take the limit. While you will take the limit, it will be sine a into cos 0 plus cos a into sine 0. Sine 0, my dear student, it is 0, cos 0, that is 1, that is why its value sine a. My dear student, you got the value, limit x tends to a, sine function, sine x, means fx. Fx, it will be equal to what? Sine a. Sine a means fa. My dear student, by the definition, the function is, let me write here, of continuity. By the definition of continuity, sine function means what? Sine function, fx, is continuous at every real value, real number. In the domain, for the domain, that is why, my dear student, I told you, for the domain For domain, I have drawn the graph. Each and every actually x to the power m into y to the power n. It will be equal to x plus y to the power m plus 1. Actually, if you will have to prove dy upon dx, it will be equal to y upon x. Let me start the solution. Most important, taking log on both the sides. Taking log on both the sides. My dear student, it is very important question. That is why you concentrate over here. Log rule you will have to use to find out the solution of it. X to the power n, x to the power m into y to the power n, or log. My dear student, carefully you must have to take the log. That is why I have selected this question, because the student commits the mistake in such questions. Log x to the power m plus log y to the power n, it will be equal to m plus n log x plus y. Most important question I have selected, so that each and every basic concept will be clear to you. My dear student, apply the log rule. Log m log x plus n log y. It will be equal to m plus n, that is constant. Okay, log x plus y. My dear student, differentiating on both sides. Differentiating on both sides with respect to x, my dear student. That is why you will have to see, my dear student, m differentiation of log x, that will be 1 upon x. Carefully you must have to differentiate it. Plus n differentiation of log y with respect to x, my dear student, see carefully, 1 upon y or dy upon dx. It will be equal to m plus n, my dear student, differentiating 1 upon x plus y. Once again you will have to differentiate by using the chain rule. Then it will be differentiation of 1 is x means 1 plus dy upon dx. My dear student, carefully you must have to see the term having dy upon dx, I will take together. Okay, it will be equal to m plus n upon x plus y, or plus m plus n upon x plus y dy upon dx. Okay, and it will be what? M upon x plus n upon y dy upon dx. My dear student, little lengthy question is there. I will transpose it from right side to left side. It will be dy upon dx, that I have taken common, that will be n upon y, and minus m plus n upon x plus y. It will be equal to, I will take m plus n upon x plus y and minus m upon x. Okay, my dear students, see carefully. I will take the LCM of it. Dy upon dx we are required, and taking the LCM, y x plus y. Okay, and it will be n. My dear student, multiply by n, nx plus ny minus multiply by this one, y my or minus ny. Okay, it will be this one, and you take the LCM over here also, x plus y. Okay, you multiply mx plus nx, this is mx, minus mx minus my. My dear student, see the carefully, and dy upon dx, I am taking, cancel the sum terms, my will be cancelled by ny, and it will be xy, x plus y, x will be cancelled by x plus y, mx will be cancelled by mx. Right hand side, it will be the left hand side, nx minus my upon y. It will be equal to, upon y, it will be equal to what? That is nx minus my. My dear student, see carefully, x is only in the denominator. My dear student, you see, numerator will be cancelled by numerator. Okay, that is why, my dear student, dy upon dx, it will be equal to, you take this y in the numerator, y upon x. It is the differentiation and most important function. Actually, I have solved this question within 3 minutes. Actually, my dear student, we are having the very less time. That is why, try to understand most important questions, such type of questions you can solve, you can practice. Most important question. Okay, my dear student, like my videos, share my videos, press the bell icon, so that my each and every important solution of the question will reach to you immediately. Okay, subscribe my channel. Thank you to all of you.